So you guys, I want to bring y'all this video on Mikey Williams just because we all know he's currently at the end of his sophomore year attending Lake Norman Christian, and a lot of people have questions about Mikey Williams' future, such as which school is he going to attend for his junior year? Is he going to stay at Lake Norman in North Carolina, or transfer back to California and go to a different school, or possibly, go back to San Ysidro? Before I start this video, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at _the_only_Wallace, and also go subscribe to my second channel called 10K Wallace Vlogs. Now let's get to the video. So first thing first, let's talk about Mikey Williams' sophomore year. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if they're still playing right now just because it seems like their regular season is done. They finished with a 19-6 record, but they were just recently competing in a Hoop State Championship. They finished in 6th place. They lost against Word of God, and Mikey also sat out that game. But before that game, Mikey did play against BFL Prep. He had 16 points, and they lost in a Battle at the Rock showcase. So Mikey, honestly, he had a good sophomore year with Lake Norman Christian. They surprised me a lot because I didn't know what to expect with this team. I learned more about Trey Green, a really nice point guard playing alongside with Mikey. He definitely helped out Mikey a lot, such as taking a lot of pressure off his shoulders and also just being another option to score the ball. We all know how nice Trey Green is. He know how to control the offense. He know how to score the ball at will. And he also know where Mikey Williams is on the court at all times. And that's why I like Mikey Williams and Trey Green playing together. They're really a good backcourt. And honestly, if Mikey returned to Lake Norman and play with Trey Green for both of their junior years together, they're going to be a really, really nice backcourt because they already have really good chemistry and they only play 1 year together. So just imagine next year. That would be crazy. That's something Mikey really got to consider because, he know how much of a help Trey Green was for his sophomore year. Throughout Mikey Williams' freshman year at San Ysidro, he had to just do everything on his own. He was averaging 30 points throughout 32 games, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. So Mikey Williams was like the only guy putting up numbers, scoring every single game, and all of the pressure was on him. And on top of that, he's a 5-star player. So now that he has transferred across the country to Lake Norman, playing alongside with Trey Green, it's just been helping him out a lot. He don't got to score 30 a game and stuff. Honestly, it would be good if he do still score 30 a game, but he knows he don't have to always put in all of that effort, you know what I mean, because he know he got teammates. And on top of that, Lake Norman, they have a way more put together team than his team back in California, San Ysidro. So Mikey definitely knows there's huge benefits staying at Lake Norman. And just to remind you guys, before he even transferred to Lake Norman, when he was in Charlotte just looking around at different schools, he had options. Mikey didn't have to go to Lake Norman Christian with Trey Green and all those other guys. He could have went to a completely different school, but he was weighing his options and he found out that Lake Norman was the best fit for him. And as you can see, look how his sophomore year turned out. So I really feel like there's a possibility that he might end up staying at Lake Norman Christian. And on top of that, he played way better competition. The only downfall about Mikey Williams going to North Carolina is that his ranking went down. It dropped down to 5 when he was ranked 3rd when he was attending San Ysidro. But we all know the reason on why it dropped down. He just wasn't playing at his highest caliber that we all expect Mikey Williams to play. But he was still holding his own weight. He still held that 5th spot throughout the entire season. And he also ranked up on 24/7. He's now ranked number 2 on the list, sitting behind DJ Wagner. So everybody got their eyes on Mikey. So Mikey honestly have the most pressure out of almost every single person in his class besides Bronny James. And it just really sucks for him because every single game that Mikey plays, of course, is going to be broadcasted. Slam is going to be recording Ball Is Life. Even when he was at San Ysidro, Overtime was making like a whole documentary about his freshman year and stuff. They're still posting videos about it, and it's just like Mikey Williams, he can't stay away from the cameras. The cameras are always going to be on him, and that's why it's so easy for his ranking to drop or go up or anything. It's not the same for DJ Wagner. Of course, they record some of his games, but they don't record every single game like Mikey Williams. All of Mikey Williams' games are broadcasted. And it's not even just Ball Is Life for them, even SUV. It's so many different broadcast channels and stuff that just be, showing people how Mikey plays and what he's about, and they can see it live. So, Mikey, he just got so much pressure on him. I be seeing a lot of comments. People always be like, oh, Mikey, he don't play good in the first half. He be starting off the game 0 for 8, 0 for 9 and stuff. And that's one thing he really had to work on throughout his sophomore year, starting off the games really, really bad and slow. Sometimes he would come off the bench and he wouldn't contribute at all. But the thing about Mikey, he loved clutch time. That second half of the game, fourth quarter, you already know what time it is. He's going to get the ball and he's going to do whatever he can. But I can't lie, Mikey definitely need to work on being consistent with his game, because sometimes he could be playing good, but he's not going to play good until the end of the game, such as his whole team will be carrying him. Then later, that's when he finally contribute and stuff, but he knows his role. That's the only difference about Mikey Williams going to Lake Norman. His mindset has changed a lot, such as becoming more as a team player. When he was at San Ysidro, the ball was always in his hand 24/7. All he had to do was score. The kid dropped 77 points. You know what I mean? So since he's at Lake Norman with a real good team, with actual good players, he just had to know his role. And on top of that, people was double teaming him a lot. It was kind of challenging for Mikey Williams competing in North Carolina for his sophomore year, because everybody knew who he is. He's a 5-star player, ranked 5th in his class. And on top of that, everybody want piece of Mikey. Everybody want to take his spot. Everybody want to outshine him. It just really sucks, because when he's on the court, people look at him as in, I'm going to destroy you. You're Mikey Williams? Okay, I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to show the world who I am. I know Overtime is recording you. I know Slam, Ball is Life there in the stands. So I'm going to play tight on you. I'm going to make sure I show you who I am. You know what I mean? So people, they have a huge mindset when it comes to Mikey Williams when he's on the court. And I've seen that a lot throughout his sophomore year. So that might be another consideration for him to go back to California, just to take some pressure off him, so he can just be that main guy, get that easy #1 spot or whatever. But at the end of the day, he still proved people wrong. He proved to everybody that he could go across the country and still compete at a high level and do his thing. Mikey, he was averaging 21 points throughout his first 5 games, and I can't find his stats for the entire season, but in my opinion, I would say that he was averaging around 19 to 20 points a game. Some games he was scoring really high, and other games he was scoring low. So you put it all together and just estimate it all up, I really feel like he was averaging around that. I could be right, I could be wrong, I really don't know. If you guys can find his full stats, just let me know in the comments and stuff. But yeah, so I definitely want y'all to leave y'all comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this, and which school would y'all like Mikey Williams to attend. In my opinion, it would be cool to see him go back to California and play at San Ysidro again, just because of the whole California situation this year. He is still cool with a lot of his former teammates at San Ysidro. Just recently, he was hanging out with one of them, and it's like, it would be really nice to see him ball out there again, because it's not like he would have left him in the first place. If that whole virus stuff didn't happen, he would have still been there his sophomore year. So there really is a possibility he could go back or go to a completely different school. I don't know. But just seeing him play at Lake Norman and stuff, it has helped him out a lot. It has woke up Mikey Williams, made him understand the reality of the game, and just, it humbled him more, because he decided to deactivate his Instagram a few times. He was more focused on himself, his game, telling people he's back to the old him. And he also explained about his injury, dealing with his groin injury throughout his entire sophomore year. So he experienced a lot at Lake Norman, and on top of that, playing that really high competition against different teams, competing in different events. He was doing a lot of things that he was not doing at San Ysidro. So Mikey really did experience a lot, and you already know it made him more mature. So honestly, in my opinion, if Mikey Williams stay at Lake Norman for his junior year, is only going to help him out, just because he had a really, really good sophomore year with them. They built really good chemistry together. And on top of that, Lake Norman has a really good name for themselves. They got invited to so many events and showcases, of course, because of Mikey. But all I'm saying is, just imagine next year. Next year is going to be crazy, because they're going to have so much more spotlight, and it's only going to help out Mikey. But he could go back to California, do his thing, average 30 a game again, hopefully get his ranking to #1 or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's always going to be a top player, because everybody got their eyes on Mikey. But I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this. I thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you press the notification button. TK Gang, we out.